Okay, let's give people a couple of minutes to come in and then we'll start basically. Uh, okay, let's start. I think the person who was presenting the essay before the break is back. So over to you, Darnal.
Morning, Pradeep. Um, my situational awareness is cautious. The market is in pullback mode, and the breakouts seem to have choppy or questionable follow through on either side. So I'm mostly going to be sitting on hands until I see breath throats in either direction. So that's my essay. Thank you.
Okay. So essentially, let's see. Situational awareness is the ability to trade according to overall market environment. Okay. Anybody who has been in trading for some time realizes that things work in certain conditions and things don't work in certain conditions. And after realizing that in the first 3 years of my trading or 4 years of trading, where I was making money and giving back the money, which is what most traders do, right? And a lot of people made a lot of money during the COVID-19 time and ended up giving up all of it. So I created Market Monitor as a filter on overall trading. Momentum burst breakouts work best under certain market conditions, and I do not think currently we have a conditions where breakouts are likely to work. Identifying those conditions, trading them aggressively during that period, and avoiding periods when they are not likely to work will allow you to keep your money and also allow you to keep drawdowns low, and will also allow you to keep the hair on your head and not only the hair on your ears or in your nose or some other place, right? So reversal setup work best during specific periods. So at this time, lot of reversals on the short side are working. It is the same with consolidation breakout. Consolidation breakouts do not really work well at the beginning of a bull market. Consolidation breakout work later in a bull market, right? Every trader who, I don't know how this autocorrect can be sometimes really crazy, right? And it just changes things. Every trader who surveys the market for fewer realizes importance of SA. And this is the sooner you understand the situational awareness and the importance of situational awareness, more likely that you are going to be making. The more likely you're going to keep the money and more likely you're going to have a longer term career, right? And basically, so if you don't understand, means I think, and for a trader, for a trader, the most important skill is basically situational awareness once they found a setup, right? If you don't have situational awareness, you're going to be like out of this game sooner or later. And most of the people go out of this game because of situational awareness, because they don't even understand concept of situational awareness. Unfortunately, books on moving averages and books on mod trading and books on swing trading and books on anything, uh, most of them don't have the importance of situational awareness as one of the things basically, right? So every trader who surveys the market for a few years realizes this, and the moment you realize, many times realization itself can change your life, right? And at the moment I realized what was happening to my trading, why I was riding a roller coaster, I went and created Market Monitor. So my market situational awareness is based on market breadth model, Market Monitor, which I created in 2002, and it's been copied and copied and copied, and people have made like some people have the gall to ask me, right? Means they're putting everything which I created, right? As if like it's their own. They're posting on Twitter, and on top of that, they have the gall to ask me to promote their website, right? There is this guy who sent me a message today saying, I have created this website where I am to offer reading similar to what's done in the website. Yeah. And he created this entire thing, right? There is no mention of, means he's passing off this as his own work, right? And he's asking me to promote it on Twitter, right? And there are thousands of jokers like this over the years, right? Means you are passing on this information as if your own, right? And you're asking me to promote this, right? But hey, if an idea works, right? People only copy ideas which work, right? People only copy ideas which work. Do people copy ideas which don't work? Why are so many people using episodic pivot as a setup? If it didn't work, do you think people would have used EP as a thing? If 9 million didn't work, do you think people would have our stocks in play, right? So market monitor, which I developed in 2002, thousands of people, past members of Stockbee. There are now over 10,000 past members of Stockbee, and they are using some variation of it. Some of them have done some this thing, right? It identifies periods when breakout likely to work and possible bottoms. So based on this market monitor, I made a call, right? Uh, on in November, saying that we have bottomed and we are likely to have a rally, right? And as a result of that, I put in all my account, 100% of the account in TQQ and Soxel in the 401k. And based on the market monitor, currently I can tell you that look, and breakouts are unlikely to work. Breakouts are not likely to work, right? Because you have 3 days of selling. Whenever any one of these column is red, breakouts are not likely to work. It's as simple as that, right? And basically, and I see too many people trying to trade breakouts currently. You also know breakouts are not working from doing study 20%, because how many stocks in the last 3 days, except for Zim, which was like a 9 million breakout, right? Most of these are like by just gaps and nothing else, right? And you see there are only 8 stocks, right? But again, market breadth is a timing tool. It identifies periods when breakouts likely to work and possible bottoms. So, and this has helped me a lot immensely, I think. And my 401k strategy is completely based on market monitor. It helps reduces drawdowns. Additional input, when I developed market monitor, I was not using other things. Now, in addition to market monitor, obviously I learned a lot more about how the market operates than compared to what I knew in 2002. So in additional inputs I use for situational awareness are T210 20% study and trade ideas worm. So this particular worm allows me to have a situational awareness intraday also, right? And basically, and it's a very useful tool once you understand how to use it basically. So based on that, I come out with a situational awareness every day, and I operate according to my situational awareness, right? Basically, 3 days of selling plus 20% study sets up for likely buy the dip kind of a trade here in short term, right? In the short run, what is likely to happen today probably is that we'll probably get a bounce because the market is down 3 days in a row. And if we don't get a bounce, that also is an information, right? Most likely that we are likely to get a bounce here, right? And that's how the market typically behaves, right? And when people get bearish, and I got a lot of emails, hey, EG, I have been focusing on the long side. I am not focusing on short side. I want to focus on short side. Is there a guide on short side, right? When I start getting emails like that, or on my public blog, when I see search for shorts, how to find shorts, I know okay, there is going to be a bounce, right? And basically, because so that's what like an so if right, if there is no bounce and we sell off, that is also an information, right? Because that will tell you that, what will it tell you?
No buyers.
There are no buyers, and the institution are in a hurry to get out at any cost, right? And yesterday, this selling, who was selling this?
Institutions.
Institutions, right? Exactly. This is institutions, right? So when they decide to dump, when they decide, okay, look, they want to get out, they don't care. Then they are going to get out, right? So that's the thing. So I expect. So I'll be watching. I do not think breakouts are likely to work here. What kind of a setup is likely to work here? Setup which is likely to work here is likely to be oversold bounces. Something like this mobile eye, which is gapping down some enormous percentage, is likely to like and have a little bit of a bounce after that, those kind of things, or something which is like an got sold 20% in last couple of days, like Mara, they are already bouncing, right? And that's again like, and they're already bouncing. So those are the kind of trades which are not necessarily 3 days trade. Those are like really in the territory of day trade kind of a thing, or the monis kind of a method, where like the stocks which are like down a lot and at a certain level. So something like this might bounce back for one day, right? And that's the kind of trade which is likely to work here. But I do not think, based on what I know and based on my studies and all, that you're going to have breakouts working, right? That's my situational awareness. And as a result of this situational awareness, I continue to look for setups. I look for 9 million breakout or a breakdown. And obviously, I would focus on both of them because they can have a catalyst. And I would look at combo, but I'll be more focused on looking at a bearish side as of now to see if bearish setups continue to trade. So two things are likely to happen, right? Both possibilities exist. Uh, the one possibility is that we continue to sell off for some time, right? And the selling will spread. That is what I think, that selling is going to spread to other sectors. Many of the stocks which are holding off are going to sell off, right? And that's what is likely to happen. The other scenario is we just get a choppy range here, right? I think most likely we are going to sell off. More stocks are likely to sell off because of uh, this was a very atypical rally, right? And this kind of a rally, whenever you get a rally like this, everything happened in 2 months, right? And if you missed that 2 months period window, there is nothing after that. So that's how the market has become nowadays, post COVID, for a variety of reasons, right? So unwinding is more likely. So as a result, I'm my control risk taking is not to go crazy. My control risk taking is not to like and do crazy things. My control risk taking or ABC is to like and basically not play the long side aggressively. So that's what like an I'll be doing, right? If you're a day trader, stocks in play and all those things will work, right? Because that's why stocks in play is a good, for active traders, is a good setup to develop, right? And basically, but that's not what we are talking about. We are talking about swing trading here. So any questions you have on this? And I would highly recommend, right, that anybody who wants to become a trader, right, unless you are a day trader, to develop situational awareness ability. If you do not have situational awareness ability, I can guarantee you, and I can guarantee you 200%, right? My guarantee is like in a 200% that you are going to be blowing up. You're going to lose money. You're not going to make money and you're not going to keep money unless you develop situational awareness. Unfortunately, that is not something which people want to tell you, or that is not something which there is a framework. Typically, frameworks are not available for developing situational awareness. The framework for developing situational awareness I developed for my own trading, which is what you can use basically, right? So yeah, reversal, but those are more like they are not going to work for 2 to 3 days, right? These are not set up unless you bought the gap down yesterday. Now it's too late to get into this setup, right? And anything which is gapping down, or like, let's say mobile eye for that matter, right? Mobile eye might end up becoming something like this, right? It will end up like this. Now that is a setup which is a day trader sort of setup. It is not a swing trader setup, right? So that's what is going to happen, right? Yeah, I mean SIPs, yeah, Omega is a SIPs, right? And but uh, that's like a day trader setup, right? And it's not a swing trader setup, right? And it's a day trader. Yeah, if you start using situational awareness, your profitability will increase because you know when to be aggressive, right? I was so aggressive during the initial phase of this bull move, right? And I started winding down my risk. And I told you people, right? I wound down my risk. I started winding down my risk on this first selling hint only, right? I didn't even wait. Like this is when I winded down my risk, right? Okay. After that, the market went up for 3-4 days, but that wasn't really like impressive move. So that's how you operate, right? Now this is the framework, this is the way of thinking, this is the tool which can change your life, right? This is a rule which can change your life if you develop situational awareness. Obviously not everybody is motivated to do that. People are just like crazily trading. Oh, is this a 2 inch? I am trying to understand nuances of 2 inch. Yeah, you're trading 2 inch in a period where it is not likely to work. What nuances more do you need to know about it? Right? Okay. I will see you people at 11 o'clock. And that's really what it is. Okay.